You've heard it quoted at gyms, on graduation cards, in locker rooms. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Philippians 4:13. But here's the thing. Almost everyone who quotes it is using it wrong. And I'm not just talking about non-believers. I'm talking about us, Christians, in church, right now. Let me show you what this verse actually means. Because once you see it, you can't unsee it.
The most misquoted verse.
Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Here's how people use it. I can get this promotion. I can win this game. I can achieve any goal I set. Sounds inspiring. But look at what Paul actually wrote before that verse. Verse 11. I have learned in whatever state I am to be content. Verse 12. I know how to be abased and I know how to abound. Paul wasn't talking about achieving dreams. He was talking about surviving hardship. The all things isn't limitless ambition. It's radical contentment in plenty and in poverty. That's actually a harder flex.
The second most misquoted.
For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Jeremiah 29:11. You've seen it on mugs, phone cases, graduation banners. But do you know who God said that to? Not a church, not a motivational poster audience. He said it to Israel, a nation in exile, who had just been told they'd be captive for 70 years. 70 years. This wasn't a promise that everything would work out soon. It was a promise that God had not forgotten them, even in the middle of their worst season. That's still a beautiful promise, but it hits completely differently when you know the context.
The third.
For where 2 or 3 gather in my name, there am I with them. Matthew 18:20, quoted constantly to validate small prayer groups. But read the verses before it. Matthew 18:15 through 19. Jesus is actually talking about church discipline, how to handle conflict between believers. The gathering of 2 or 3 is about binding and loosing decisions in the church, not just prayer meetings. Now, does God show up in small prayer groups? Absolutely. Yes, always. But the verse's primary context is accountability and restoration, not attendance size. Context changes everything.
Why this actually matters.
Now look, I'm not here to make you feel bad for quoting these verses. The heart behind them is usually right. But when we strip verses from their context, we accidentally build our faith on feelings instead of foundations. And when life gets hard, and it will, a feeling collapses. A foundation holds. 2 Timothy 2:15. Do your best to present yourself to God as one approved, a worker who correctly handles the word of truth. God isn't threatened by your questions. He's honored by your digging.
The Bible is not a collection of fortune cookies. It's a living, breathing, interconnected story. And every verse is richer when you read what surrounds it. So next time you quote Philippians 4:13, quote the whole thing. Let Paul's contentment challenge you, not just his strength. Drop a comment if this opens up something new for you. Subscribe to Bible Made Easy. We help you grow closer to God, one step at a time. Jesus loves you, and his word is deeper than any caption can hold.